Welcome back live to the DAF Media Network here for girls varsity basketball. Here the Darien Blue Wave will take on the Brien McMahon Senators here at the Darien High School main gym. And tonight we got a great game, FCIAC conference game, and Darien Blue Wave starting off to a pretty bad start here, going up against Brien McMahon Semblers with a similar record. Darien Blue Wave starting at 3-9, 1-6 in the FCIAC, and a lot of seniors going down with injuries so far. Caitlin Secker going out with a knee injury early this season, and the Darien's got to pivot, bringing in a lot more younger freshmen and sophomores to this team. And also for the Darien Blue Wave, first season of head coach Alyssa Valente, and she's bringing in a lot of new power and new guns to Darien. And on the Brien McMahon side, head coach Chris Hernandez trying to make the team better than what they were last year. We got a mix of seniors, juniors, freshmen, and sophomore, and be ready for tip-off in this game here. It should be an interesting one. And that'll bring you the good rendition of Star Spangled Banner. And bring you back to Darien High School main gym. Darien Blue Wave taking on the McMahon Senators, both 1-6 in the FCIAC with similar starts to the season. Darien going to lose 6 in a row after wins against Bassick and Wilbur Cross earlier this season. And Darien taking a win against West Hill. And then a couple losses, Trumbull, Fairfield, Ludlow, and St. Joe's. So Darien is looking for a win here, the Darien High School main gym. Brien McMahon doing about the same, needing a win here to stay alive in the FCIAC conference. And we'll bring you the tip-off in a few minutes. And senior captain Julie Erdlin for the Blue Wave taking the tip-off, along with sophomore Jess Sanchez. And the tip-off goes to the Blue Wave, and that'll be hit in. Janie Fitzpatrick. And the Blue Wave will take it down to the McMahon side. Dribbled up by Gigi Brown. She'll pass it off to Kata Vidable. Vidable dribbling around. Put it down. Vidable again. To Brown. Brown looking for it. Vidable back at it. Darien slow on the passing so far. And Vidable dribbling in. Passes it off to Mackenzie Nolan. And Gigi Brown, the freshman. And shot that is in. 3 points. Mackenzie Nolan, the sophomore, who was a star last year in her inaugural campaign as a freshman. And this Darien Blue Waves, a very young team. Here's McCann, Jade Marin, bringing the ball up. And senior Catherine Jagoda. And Sanchez will just miss on the layup. And that'll be rebounded by Gigi Brown. Brown dribbling it past the half court. She'll hand it off to a Vidable. Vidable to Nolan. Another 3 ball by Nolan. Just missed. And a Vidable going up and put a nice away. The Blue Wave is up a 5-0. And it'll be a timeout by the McMahon Senators. McMahon falling down to 5-0 so far and needing the basket. Darien hitting so far. Kata Vidable and by Mackenzie Nolan. Nice 3 ball there. Darien so far losing seniors Katie Bloomer and Bryn Karczewski and also Caitlin Secker to injuries. The Blue Wave being played with injuries. And 7 seniors on this starting lineup. Not many are playing, so we have a total of 4 sophomores and 3 freshmen who will be getting a lot of court time today. Definitely senior captain Julia Erdlin leading this starting 5. She's been a big asset, 3rd year on this varsity squad. She's played most of all 32 minutes in pretty much every game this year. And that'll be just out by Jade Marin. And it looks like McMahon will keep possession. Down by the Darien hoop. Taken out by Catherine Jagoda. And Jagoda will pass it in to Jade Marin. Jade Marin, the senior, one of the many seniors on this varsity squad. And that'll be to Jagoda. And that'll be a foul. Looks like that will be going to the line. Looks like that'll be sophomore Alexis Smith. And that'll be first foul on Kata Vidable, first of Darien team fouls. First one for Smith is in. Nice swish. McMahon's first point on the board today. The second one for Smith is good. And that'll be taken out by the Darien freshman Gigi Brown, first year on the varsity team. Played all 32 minutes against the New Canaan Rams with 3 points, 7 assists, and 6 rebounds. She's definitely part of the team's rebuilding future. And that'll be taken up by Jade Marin. Marin dribbling it around. Pass it to Deja Smalls, to Jagoda. And that'll be put up in Darien's zone. Nolan will fall down, and a nice 3 ball by Jagoda. And we got a tie ball game. Yeah, Mackenzie Nolan, definitely a great sophomore. Going to be, again, part of this rebuilding part of the team. And here comes a Vidable. And a Vidable will be fouled. She'll be going to the line for 2 shots. Kata Vidable, the senior returning varsity player, committed to Holy Cross for women's lacrosse. And she went 2 for 4 from the free throw line against New Canaan. And the first ball high, and that'll go right in. The foul will be changed. Foul will be charged on sophomore Jess Sanchez. And the second shot by Avidable. And that'll air ball, and McMahon will have possession. So hit out by Captain Jagoda. Now dribbled by Jade Marin. Marin, the senior. Marin dribbling towards the paint. And McMahon will retain possession. Looks like that was hit off Mackenzie Nolan. And now Dea Smalls underneath Darien hoop. And passed out, just missed. Trying to go up with it, and it looks like it's Julia Erdlin over there. And looks like it'll be a jump ball. And McMahon possession. So Dea Smalls will get another chance, try to inbound it. And inbounds it wide out to Dragoda. Dragoda to Sanchez, to Marin. And Sanchez and Darien will get possession. Looks like that hit off sophomore Alexis Smith. And inbounded by Avidable. Going to Gigi Brown, the freshman. And it looks like that'll be stolen up by Marin. And that'll be a nice basket by Jade Marin in a close game here early in the first quarter. 4:53 left to go. Quarter one, girls basketball. And nice layup by Janie Fitzpatrick, the junior. Another player that was called up late last year due to injuries. She did not play a couple games this year, but she did not play in the game against the New Canaan Rams. And that'll be Dea Smalls passing it out to Alexis Smith. Smith to Dragoda. And Sanchez just misses the hoop left. And Janie Fitzpatrick taking it out. And Gigi Brown, the freshman. Yeah, Darien, they're looking to win 8 games to make it back to the state playoffs. First time since 2020 season. Interesting year for the Darien girls hoops. They have 8 seniors, and looks like that'll be a foul. And it looks like Dea Smalls will be going to the line for the Senators. It'll be a foul on Janie Fitzpatrick. And the first shot is in for Smalls. Darien this year struggling with turnovers in the loss to New Canaan on Thursday. Darien team gave up 21 turnovers as a team, and turnovers have been a real killer for Darien. Second shot for Smalls, just wide to the right. And it'll be a violation. McMahon, and Darien will have possession. Taking out Gigi Brown and Kate Avidable. Back to Brown, to Avidable. And that'll be turned over to McMahon. Dragoda going up, just missed the layup. And Darien will take possession. Avidable dribbling the ball down. And dribbling it away. And the shot by Nolan just missed. And McMahon will get possession. Jade Marin dribbling it into the paint. Just missed on the rebound. And Gigi Brown, the freshman, played all 32 minutes against the game in New Canaan. Really showing herself to be an asset here for this girls basketball team. First season for head coach Alyssa Valentine, or Alyssa Valente. And jump 3 ball, just missed. And Darien Gigi Brown will take it. Brown jimmling around McMahon defense to Fitzpatrick. And that'll be up by Julia Erdlin. And no foul will be called, but Darien will retain possession. Tight game here, 8-8, 2:48 left. Vidable gonna inbound it. Looks like she'll hit Erdlin, and the just miss turned over to McMahon. Yagoda, and that'll be Jade Marin. Jade Marin jump shots in, and McMahon takes the lead in this game. And Darien taking it out. Gigi Brown to Kata Vidable. And McMahon still has possession. Jade Marin. Vidable will break it up. And that'll be first timeout for the Wave. Darien needing to go up in this half. They want to maintain, they want to keep their strength going against this McMahon team. Got to bear them down and try to get a W. Darien wanting to win 8 games. And they want to make it back to the state playoffs. Darien has not won. Well, in 2021-22, they did not qualify for the FCIAC or state playoffs. But in 2020 season, they qualified for the first round of the FCIAC tournament. Did not make it after that. And definitely Darien has been plagued with injuries this season, losing seniors Katie Bloomer and Bryn Karzewski. And Kata Vidable will take the ball out. And it'll be dribbled by Gigi Brown. Back to a Vidable. Vidable looking to Brown, to Erdlin. Shot by Nolan, just off the rim. Rebounded by a Vidable. And that'll go in and tied at 10. Brought up by Jade Marin. Marin senior. Got a lot of playing time for the Senators. Marin dribbling around, trying to find an open lane, take a shot, and that'll go behind the hoop, and Darien will get possession. And the Vidable will dribble it up. Looking, passing to Nolan. Nolan to Brown, back to a Vidable. And Nolan taking another 3 ball, and that'll be 2. Looked like her foot was on the line. Nolan so far has really showed her presence out on the court. She's only a sophomore. She's got years on this rebuilding Darien team. And that'll be up for Alexa Smith, and looks like Darien will now have possession. Darien playing pretty well in this first quarter. Just trying to hold down and get points against the Senators. Now I'll go to Fitzpatrick to a Vidable. Vidable long pass to Nolan. Bounce pass to Erdlin. That'll be tipped up. And now Jade Marin with Senators trying to make one last run here in the first quarter. And that'll be a 3 ball. That's in. Alyssa Aguilar. That'll be her first time on the court today. And a very important 3 ball here late in this first quarter. Now we'll go to Mackenzie Nolan. Bounce pass up for Erdlin. That just missed. Fitzpatrick got that last one. And bringing it up is Aguilar again. Trying to kill some time late here. Trying to create a play. Looking for Dragoda. Just missed. And Darien bringing it up is Gigi Brown to Erdlin. Erdlin's jump shot is in and 1 for Darien. That's a big foul right here. And a chance to even strengthen their lead with 8.5 seconds left to go in the first. Julia Erdlin, her 3rd year on the varsity team. She's played most of every game with a lot of these senior injuries. And the foul will be on Alicia Aguilar. It'll be her first. McMahon with 2 team fouls. And Erdlin's shot just bouncing off. McMahon trying to do something. Jade Marin dribbling it. Now go to Jess Sanchez. Sanchez's jump shot just missed. And that'll bring us to the end of quarter one here. Both teams really strong on offense and defense. Close game, Darien taking the lead 14-13. We'll be right back on the DAF Media Network. Welcome back live to the DAF Media Network. Darien up 14-13 going into the second quarter. And we're just going to give a quick shout out to our DAF Media senior, Braden Shank, who's taking a tour at Virginia Tech this week. Looking to be on the broadcast crew there. Congratulations, Braden. And hope that you excel in college and have a great broadcasting career. And we'll bring you back now to Wave girls basketball. Darien up 14-13. Sophomore Mackenzie Nolan has a couple of points out there. Both teams playing really good basketball, both on defense and offensive. And Gigi Brown will take it out to start the second quarter. And Darien bringing it into a Vidable. And Darien will take it to Gigi Brown. And that'll be stolen, turned over by McMahon. And Dragoda. And Dragoda can't get it. Darien will now have possession. And we got the sophomore Julia Ryan checking in now in the second quarter. And she'll toss it into a Vidable. Vidable, one of the many girls lax players getting recruited. And turned over by McMahon, Jade Marin. Dribbling it into the paint, trying to go for a layup, and she'll be called for traveling. Darien needing some points to extend their lead here. And Julia Ryan will toss it out to a Vidable again. And a Vidable bounce pass it to Brown. And Brown, Erdlin going up, and she'll make a layup. A nice play by Erdlin. She's been all over the paint with her sumptuous height. Sister sophomore Caitlin Erdlin on the team. She's a first-year varsity player. And McMahon will take possession as that ball will go out. And the freshman Julianne White checking in for Darien. And Smalls will bring it out. McMahon to Dragoda. And that'll be stolen up there. Marin. Layup missed by Marin, and another layup missed by Smith. And stolen up Sanchez and Smith, and she'll make a layup. And looks like just some confusion out there with the ref. No injury, but the basket's good for McMahon. And Darien still leads 16-15. And Julia Ryan taking it out, first-year varsity player. Has led with strong offense in a lot of these games, especially against the Rams. She had a team high of 10 points, playing 29 out of 32 minutes. And Ryan dribbling out to Brown. Brown to Erdlin, the White, and that'll be deflected off Alexa Smith, and Darien will retain possession. And Darien's got a lot of promising future stars. Tess Hagney, freshman, and Julianne White, the freshman. along with sophomore Mackenzie Nolan. They're going to be a big part of this team going forward. And Gigi Brown looks like it's stolen up, but Brown retains possession. Ryan takes a shot, and she's got the swish. Julia Ryan making her first basket of the day. That's a big one to go up 3 against McMahon. And Jade Marin to Dragoda. Another bring to Alexa Smith to Dea Smalls. Smalls looking for room. Dragoda up. Airballed it again. And Sanchez to Dragoda. Picked up by Marin and White trying to get around it. And Julianne White's got it. She's got a run. And she's got the foul and one. Julianne White, the freshman, plays mostly on the JV squad. She's really trying to prove to Alyssa Valentine that she's got it. And that's a big and one foul. And we got Cam McGraw joining us here.
Hello, Liam.
What's going on?
Doing good. Ready for some girls basketball.
Yeah, Darien up 20-15 starting this second quarter. And that'll be a foul called.
Now being inbounded. This one's going to be reflected. Shot up. This one's going to be good. Score moves 20-17.
The second basket for Alicia Aguilar.
Inside. This one's kicked out. This one's shot from the mid-range. No good. Rebounded from Darien. That's good. 22-17 now.
Julianne White making her second basket of the day, just after the and one foul. One of the many freshmen on this roster.
And McMahon will bring it down. Looking to get inside. Post up with the left hand, no good. Darien will rebound it.
McMahon has missed a lot of shots today. And this is really showing on the scoreboard. Darien's just making these threes and layups and drawing all the fouls.
Good movement from Darien. Shot no good. And McMahon will now move it down the floor.
Alicia Aguilar deking out Julia Ryan. Near the paint.
Good defense from Darien, and they now have possession. Darien passing around the three-point line. This one's shot, and it's good. Darien.
That'll be a 2 for Julianne White. Her sister Caroline White plays field hockey for the Wave.
Man looking to go inside. Kicked in. Shots up, no good. Rebounder for Darien. And Davidova will move it up the floor, passing it across. One extra pass. This shot is good, and Darien now 26-17, up 9.
Darien showing it was closer in the first quarter, but Darien really trying to show they're doing well on the court out here, just making all these baskets, shooting them, and playing really good D.
That's going to be a backcourt violation, and Darien will now have possession. Inbounding it now will be Darien. This is Gigi Brown. Darien will move it around the three-point line. Avidable has it. She'll look inside. This one's to Quayle. This one's to the corner. Avidable now for 3. No good. McMahon with the rebound.
I think that was hit off McMahon's foot, and Darien will retain possession.
Darien will inbound it. Mid-range, a shot from Darien, no good. This one's going to be a blocking foul, or a charge, excuse me, and it will be McMahon ball.
And 2:51 left to go in this game, or in the half. Darien playing really nice basketball here in the in the second quarter, making a lot of jump shots and threes.
And we'll swing it around. They look to go inside. Good defense from Darien. Missed pass there. McMahon with the steal. Driving inside. This one's up. No good for McMahon. Rebounder for Darien.
And Alexa Smith missed that layup. And it looks like that'll be a jump ball, and Darien will have possession.
And Caitlin Erlin will come into the game for Darien. Coming out is Emma Quayle and Julia Ryan.
Junior Janie Fitzpatrick checking in.
And McMahon, good defense. Now they bring it down the court. This one's inside. McMahon, good movement. Great steal, though, from Darien. As you said, Janie Fitzpatrick coming into the game, making a big play. Good pass for Darien. This one's up, just out, rebounded. Misses again. Darien fighting for the rebound. This one will be knocked out, but Darien will maintain possession.
Yeah, the hype by Julia Erdlin, the senior captain, is really useful in the paint. You know, try to get those rebounds and get those points in the paint.
And Avidable will take it out for Darien. Just going to look for the cut. Good pass. No good for Darien. Rebounded for McMahon on the fast break. Pass over the head, and this one will be out of bounds, and Darien will now take possession.
Julianne White taking it out, the freshman.
Only a minute 30 left in this first half. Darien looking to go inside. Off the hands of Darien. McMahon now will take possession. And McMahon will look to go inside. This one's stolen from Avidable.
Darien having a lot of steals in this second quarter. And they're putting it up on the scoreboard, getting points off of these steals.
And this one is now stolen by McMahon as they move down, but stolen right back for Darien. Now under a minute in this first half. Good dribbling for Darien, and that one's good. Julian White, the freshman for Darien, coming and making a splash in this game.
Yeah, she's played a lot of time on the JV squad, but she showed her dominance and going to be playing a lot of these games on varsity.
McMahon moving it around the three-point line. This one shot, no good. Rebounded for Darien. Stolen back from McMahon. Inside, posting up. Driving in now McMahon, and a whistle is blown. It will be a shooting foul, and McMahon will shoot two.
And Dea Smalls going to the line for a second time today. And the foul will be called on freshman Gigi Brown.
And the first one for Smalls is no good. McMahon down 11 with 10 seconds left in this first half. Smalls will attempt her second free throw. This one is good. McMahon cuts the lead to 10. And last possession, you might think, for Darien. They'll make their way down the court. Inside, good defense, but it's still maintained. The shot is up. No good. Rebound from McMahon, and that will be the end of the first half. Liam, a good second quarter and end to the second quarter for Darien. What do you think they need to do to maintain this lead?
Just got to keep what they're doing. I mean, they're hitting really great shots and slowing down a little bit more, trying to make a little more defense and steal some of McMahon's balls. And I think, personally, I think Darien's doing really good right now.
And as for McMahon, we saw a bit of a slow start to the second quarter and the end, only 18 points now going into the second half. What do you think they're going to do in this halftime to get a good start in the third quarter?
McMahon's got to talk about their offense. I mean, they're shooting some scrappy shots, and they just got to get back to basics. Just start going in for those layups and hit those threes as well.
And that will be it for the first half of girls varsity basketball. We will be back on the DAF Media Network.
The Darien Foundation was founded in 1998 by Richard and Maureen Chilton, and the thesis behind that founding was to bring technology to the Darien public school systems. And that launched us, and that got us going, and through technology and capital project initiatives, we've now funded over $5.5 million over the last 24 years to build a better Darien.
Our board really likes to get involved and assist the partners that we collaborate with, whether it's a grant for a youth project or a grant from a community service, schools, the police. Often they come to us with ideas that we help them bring to fruition.
The Darien Foundation recently awarded the Darien Police Department 2 grants. One was for laser shot and the other for Faro technology. Laser shot technology is based on decision making. It may come down to using their firearm, but in reality, we would like them to talk the situation down where you use less lethal force, and this program allows us to do that.
Police dropped a gun!
Faro technology gives us a 360-degree view, catching all the points we need to catch in our accident scene. It also takes a lot less time. This allows us to open up roads, get traffic flowing a lot quicker than we ever used to be able to. We can also map the inside of buildings. We can use it at outdoor crime scenes, indoor crime scenes. It's really used for a plethora of investigations. It's a tool that most other departments may not have their hands on just yet, and thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have that technology.
At Home in Darien is a nonprofit organization that helps senior citizens to remain living independently in their home and in the community. We provide important services to help them do so, such as transportation. Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
From all standpoints, this is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide, both in terms of safety and comfort. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
Post 53 is the town's ambulance service. We respond to over 1,600 emergency calls a year. We're a vital service that has been here for 51 years. The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. You don't know how important an ambulance is until you actually need it. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared, to be well-trained and well-staffed, to respond 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, whenever you need it.
The Darien Foundation is really excited to be able to launch a new program for the Darien schools, which will benefit students K through 12 in all 7 schools. This is the new robotics program, which will be an extracurricular opportunity for students to build robots compete against other leagues and collaborate together.
Our robotics program is going to benefit students in so many ways. In regular classes, students are always looking for the right answer, that there's only one way to answer something. Robotics is completely different. In robotics, you learn that there are multiple solutions to every problem. You learn that you have these obstacles that you have to overcome. You have to really be a creative problem solver. And most importantly, you need to persevere.
Early on in the process, the Darien Foundation reached out to administration and they offered to provide funding for a project, and it just dovetailed beautifully to the goals of the strategic plan. I look forward to continuing to work closely with the Darien Foundation, both on this project and other projects down the line.
We welcome ideas for possible grants. We'd like to do grants that promote and strengthen our community. Sometimes it's from an organization, sometimes it's from our emergency service partners, or it's from the Darien Public Schools. One of our most popular grants, which was the Playground by the Sound, came to us from 4 Darien moms who said, let's get together and figure out how to build this.
Thanks to the generosity of our board members and officers, every dollar you give to the Darien Foundation goes directly to the grants that we're supporting. I invite all of you to help us move our community further and support the Darien Foundation.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is the simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England, all made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
Media.org. We are a registered 501c3 organization.
We are back here on the DAF Media Network for girls varsity basketball between Darien and McMahon. 28-18 is your score currently. Darien had a good second quarter, able to take the lead. Now up 10 heading into the third. Liam, we're talking about what Darien needs to do. They've had a very good second quarter. McMahon, just get back to the simple shots. Saw a rough second quarter for them. Only 18 points scored now in the first half. Both teams now huddling up. The buzzer alarms, and we will start our third quarter.
Yeah, Darien playing really strong so far, as well as McMahon, but McMahon's got to get their offense going here in the third. leading scorers for Darien freshman Julianne White, and she has dropped 8 points, along with senior Kate Vidable and Mackenzie Nolan both shooting 5.
And Julianne White, a freshman for this Darien team, so pretty impressive for a leading scorer on this Darien Blue Wave squad as we start our third quarter here at Darien High School.
Yeah, this team very young, and head coach Alyssa Valente knows that she has to rebuild this squad, and she's going to need all the sophomores and freshmen that she can get.
McMahon will start with it. Inside. Good defense from White of Darien. And swinging around the three-point line. Inside, this one's up. Foul is called on Darien.
Looks like that's Gigi Brown.
And we will have 2 free throws.
It'll be Alexa Smith going to the line.
And Smith will miss the first one. Second free throw for Alexa Smith. And this one is good. McMahon cuts the deficit down to 9. And Vidable will drive past McMahon defenders as they set up their offense. This one's passed inside. Looks like that's a reach-in foul, I think, on the floor. And Darien will inbound this.
Yeah, senior Jade Marin just getting her hands too close to Kate Vidable on that one.
Vidable will inbound. This one's up for 3. No good.
It was a close shot by Brown.
And looking to get inside. This one's up. No good. McMahon with the rebound. Good pass from McMahon. This one's out for 3. McMahon will hold it. Trying to get inside. Good defense from Darien. Back to the post. This one's up. No good. Rebounder for Darien. This one's to White. She'll slow it down. White will go around the perimeter. Passes inside. This one's to Vidable. This is for 3. No good. And McMahon will inbound on the far side.
Yeah, Darien's had possession of the ball a lot in these second and third quarters, and really showing, putting shadow over McMahon in offense and defense right now.
McMahon will bring it down the court. It looks like McMahon will try to set up this post offense as they have so far in the second half. A good move there, and it is good for McMahon. They cut the deficit to 7.
Nice layup by the sophomore Jess Sanchez.
And inside, good pass for Darien, and they get it right back.
Yeah, Julia Erdlin, the senior. She's shown that her height in the paint can do a lot of damage to other teams' defenses.
And McMahon will work their offense. And this is going to be a timeout called from McMahon. Want to give a shout out to our DAF Media crew here today. Liam Tomaszewski assigned with me, doing commentary. Will Donnelly, Rose McCarthy, Eric Bellingham, and Andrew Lee helping us today. Here on the DAF Media Network as we break from timeout.
Also want to give a quick shout out to Andrew Massalone, the junior, doing his DAF Media debut, doing instant. doing a nice job.
Andrew helping us on instant replay today as we break from timeout. Obviously, our advisor, Damian Andrew, helping us with every DAF Media broadcast. And McMahon will now break from timeout. Still down 9, 5:32 remaining in the third quarter.
It's getting to be a close game here. I mean, the point deficit's only 9. Darien just got to keep hold strong, and try to get some more points on the board.
And as you saw, we've seen some good defense from Darien to start this second half. Only 2 points scored on offense, but only 3 allowed on defense.
Yeah, both teams playing really good defense, and Sanchez will go up.
This one's rebounded by Sanchez, and she goes up for it. Second chance opportunity, and she makes use of it. Now down 7.
Yeah, this game's getting closer. Darien's offense got to prevail here.
Pass from Avitable inside, no good. Now McMahon driving it down the court. Spin move, this one's up, no good. Rebounded though from McMahon. Rebounded, this one's getting tossed around, and it will stay with McMahon.
It's a nice move by Marin. It looks like senior Emma Quayle will come on in.
That's actually going to be Darien ball. Darien will make their way down the court. Half-court press being administered. This one's loose, stolen from McMahon. And they will work inside as they have so far this second half. And a travel will be called. Darien will now maintain possession.
And a travel called on senior Catherine Jagoda.
And Tess Hagany, the freshman now for Darien, entering the game.
Yeah, her brothers Tate and Casey both play basketball for the Wave.
Looks like a kickball violation will be inbounded for Darien. Subbing in is Mackenzie Nolan.
And even though Tess Hagany doesn't have a lot of height, she does have a lot of grit. And she wants to play on the court and really get those points.
And this one's up from Hagany, and this one is good. Just as Liam was mentioning, great shooter, a lot of grit. Makes her first bucket coming into the game. This one's out. McMahon with the mid-range shot. This one's good.
And then looks like that'll be 2 for Jade Marin.
And McMahon hitting their stride at the right time now.
Yeah, that point deficit only 7 with 4 minutes to go in the third.
And Avitable will drive inside. This one's stolen from McMahon on the fast break. They'll go inside. Will be held up. They'll move their way inside the paint. This one's out. Another shot up for McMahon. This one no good. They do get the rebound. McMahon driving inside, reverse layup. Foul is called. And McMahon will go to the line again.
And that senior De Gea Smalls really using her strength, get up to the paint and draw that foul.
And Smalls will attempt her third free throw of the night. First one is good. And some substitutions coming into the game for Darien. Julia Ryan and Jane Fitzpatrick will come in. Tess Hagany and Gigi Brown will take a break. Smalls will attempt her second free throw. And Smalls' second is no good, and rebounded by Emma Quayle of Darien.
Yeah, Quayle was on varsity her freshman year, but last year she was not on the roster. Took a year off from the sport, but she's back for her third year on the varsity squad.
And McMahon now with the ball. Pull up mid-range. This one no good. Rebounded though for Darien. And Avitable will drive inside, kick it to Quayle. One more pass. And a foul will be called.
Looks like that'll be on Jade Marin, and Vidal will be going to the free throw line.
We always talk about free throws and how important they are in the sport of basketball. Always when you come to the end of the game, you look back where you could have gotten your points, and it usually comes at the free throw line, as Vidal will go for her first. And the first one is no good.
And Alicia Aguilar will check on in for McMahon. And as you said, Cam, free throws are one of the most important things in basketball. And most games do come down to making or missing those points.
And a Vidal second is good. Darien now up 7 with under 3 to go in the third quarter. And McMahon will go inside once again. And setting up the offense. Inside, back out. This one's up, no good. Out of bounds, Darien will now take possession.
Both these teams have been very consistent on offense and defense. Still a 7-point deficit with 2:25 left. And if these teams want to get ahead, you got to start making some more shots.
Kata Vidal will bring the ball down the court for Darien. Screen is set. She looks to go outside. Stolen, though, from McMahon. On the fast break, looking to take advantage. This one's up. No good. And rebounder for Darien. This is a Vidal. She'll go up. Foul is called, and she will head back to the free throw line.
Yeah, fouling Catherine Jagoda. So that'll be her second or third of the day. And Kata Vidal recorded 4 fouls in the loss to New Canaan last week, but she did score 5 points in the effort.
And the first one for Avidable is no good. The second one is up and also no good. Fighting for the rebound, McMahon will come away from it. McMahon will push it down. A look inside once again. This one's up. Foul is called again. Will be a push, and we will go back to the free throw line, this time for McMahon.
Yeah, Alicia Aguilar going to the line now and needs to make both of these, try to really condense Darien's lead.
And the first one is up and good for McMahon as they narrow this lead of Darien down to 6 points. And the second one is up and no good. Darien will come away with the rebound. 1:40 now remaining in this third quarter. Looking to go inside, stolen from McMahon. Good movement from McMahon. Shot no good. Darien will slow it down.
In all retrospect, this is an important game for the Blue Wave. An upcoming game on the 26th against Fairfield Ward, which will be a tough game for the Wave, but if Darien wants to have any chance of making the state playoffs, this needs to be a win for them.
That was a blocking foul on McMahon. Darien will maintain possession and pass it from the out-of-bounds line. This is Julia Ryan looking to pass it in. And stolen from McMahon. Up for the layup, a whistle is blown, and we will go back to the foul line once again for this McMahon squad.
And a foul called on the Vidal, and that'll be Jade Marin going to the line. And only a 6-point game with just over a minute left to go in the third.
And the first free throw is good for McMahon. And a mass substitution coming into the game for Darien. Lauren Valji, Julian White. It looks like Caitlin Erdlin coming in as McMahon attempts their second free throw. And that is also good. 29-33, only a 4-point lead for Darien. Good defense being played. Darien getting inside. And fought for it. A jump ball will be called. And we will stay with Darien.
Kate Learn, the first-year varsity player, played volleyball in the fall, but had an ankle injury, which kept her out for most of the fall season. She's sister with senior captain Julia Erdlin.
And Erdlin attempts that one, no good. Darien looks to maintain possession. We're going to be called another jump, and now this one will switch with the possession arrow, and McMahon will take possession. 34 seconds remaining on the clock.
McMahon in need of a point here. You want to go down 2. You don't want to go down any more than that. McMahon wants to have any hopes of trying to prevail in the fourth quarter.
And the three-pointer attempted, no good. Darien with the ball. And that's going to be another foul on McMahon.
Alicia Aguilar bumping into freshman Julianne White. 17 seconds left to go. McMahon with 5 team fouls here in this already in this second half.
And Darien rushing the ball down, but McMahon with the steal. This one's up above. Up for the layup for McMahon, no good. Ball's tipped around, back to McMahon. No foul called. Darien, 2 seconds remaining, 1 second. The layup won't get off, won't count. 33-29 is your score at the end of the third quarter. Darien only leading by 4 now, so a pretty big swing. Liam, what do you think caused that from this McMahon team? What do they change at halftime?
I think McMahon's trying to get their strength going. They're trying to really start to make those layups in the paint and really just prevail over the Darien defense. And Darien's offense just got to climb higher and start making some more baskets if they want to win this game.
Darien started this third quarter playing similar defense that they did in the first half, but nonetheless, your score at the end of 3 is 33-29. We'll be back on the DAF Media Network. We are back on the DAF Media Network here at Darien High School. Girls varsity basketball between Darien and McMahon as we enter the fourth quarter. Darien only leading 3. The 8-minute clock will start very soon for the fourth quarter. McMahon down, I think 11, Liam, you might want to check me. 11 going into this second half. Now only down 4.
Yeah, I think you're right, Cam, 11. Definitely the Senators head coach, Chris Hernandez. He's got to get these girls getting some offense. And they've done, they did a really good job in the third quarter. And if they just keep going on that in the fourth, it's going to be a close game.
And Darien will start with possession. Kate Avitable will bring it down the court for the Blue Wave, and an early steal from McMahon. Wide open lane, this layup is up and good. And McMahon is within a basket.
Yeah, both these teams have very similar records. Darien 3-9 and McMahon 5-7, but both the teams are 1-6 in the FCIAC. So they've played pretty similar basketball in this season.
This one's up. No good for White. McMahon will take the rebound. Bring it down the court. This one's up for three. No good. Darien with the rebound. We'll move it down fast. She's going to look for Erdlin inside. She goes up, and this is good.
Yeah, it's a big basket by Erdlin. She's got to put Darien up and hold McMahon for the final 7 minutes.
We've seen a slower offense from the Blue Wave in the second half, but still leading by 4.
Yeah, Darien had a strong offense in the first half. Haven't really seen that spark yet, but we should see it if they want to close out.
This one's up for 3, no good. Rebounded, though, by McMahon. This one goes inside. Inside again, this one's up, and it's good. Down 2.
Layup by Jess Sanchez in a 2-point game now. Both teams playing really similar basketball and offensively and defensively.
And Darien will move inside. This one's loose, though. And a jump ball will be called. This one, I'm pretty sure, will go with McMahon.
Darien's got to limit the turnovers here in this fourth quarter. Then McMahon, if McMahon keeps getting the ball, they're going to keep shooting.
How the jump balls work are the possession is switched each time, but at the beginning of a quarter, one team will inbound it. So if you're questioning, while McMahon has gotten the last 2, Darien got the ball at the start of the fourth. This one's up, no good. Up again for McMahon, no good. Darien finally ends up with the rebound. And White pushes it up. She's going to look inside for Erdlin. Julia Erdlin, no good. And the ball will go to McMahon. Only down 2 here. And McMahon will look to set up their offense. We've seen Sanchez go inside the paint for most of this second half. But a timeout will be called. And we will go to a short break here on the DAF Media Network. We'll be back for the remaining 5 minutes of this fourth quarter. We are back on the DAF Media Network, coming back from timeout. Darien leading by 2, 5:38 remaining in this fourth quarter. Big game for both sides, as Liam, you were mentioning, similar records in the FCIAC as well.
Yeah, both teams are 1-6 in the FCIAC. And I mean, they played pretty well, but they haven't had the spark to beat their rivals in the division. And Darien needing this win to try to stay alive for the state playoff tournament.
McMahon will inbound it.
Yeah, Darien's offense in the beginning with freshman Julianne White, Mackenzie Nolan, and Kata Vidable done well, but really have been quiet in this second half.
Good defense from Darien as they get the rebound. And this one's ripped from McMahon. Another steal as they move up. This one's up. No good.
It's a lot of turnovers. Both teams are turning over the ball. And it's very scrappy basketball. And that's why this game is very close right now.
And a travel is called against Darien. McMahon will now inbound.
And the freshman Tess Haggany checking in this quarter.
The last time we saw Haggany, she had a good jumper. So Coach Valenti looking to get some spark on offense. Have you been mentioning, Liam? We've seen a lack of that in the second half.
On both sides have had not much offense and defense. I mean, McMahon has prevailed a little bit more, but both teams, like I said, playing scrappy basketball, very defensive and a lot of turnovers.
This one's up for McMahon, and this one's good, and McMahon ties the game.
And sophomore Alexis Smith, and that's when she needed the basket most. And we got a tie game here with 4.5 left to go.
And McMahon now has possession, as well as all the momentum in this game.
And McMahon's on fire right now. They just got to keep going the way they are on offense and playing good defense. Darien's just really got to grit hard right here. Really got to dig in.
And McMahon will start up their offense as they have a good second half for them. This one's passed inside, fouled, and one for McMahon.
And Alexis Smith going to the line, and this game is turning around really quickly in the fourth. McMahon going all out, trying to get some points, and they've really done it at the free throw line.
And the one and only free throw for Alexis Smith to complete the three-point play is good. McMahon now leading by 3.
Yeah, Darien's got to get something going here. They need their shooters in this game. Julianne White.
And the foul is called. Darien will get to the free throw line as we see a replay of this and one by Alexis Smith.
This is a big spot for sophomore Julia Ryan to make a dent into McMahon's small lead. Man, if you can make 2 here, you get a really close game.
And the first free throw is no good. And this Darien offense has only had 7 points in the second half, into the first with 28, now only 35.
Julian Ryan, the first-year varsity player. He had 10 points against New Canaan Rams, and she made both her free throws in only 1 trip to the line against the Rams.
That second one is good. Contemplating the three-point shot. And McMahon will milk some time, but good defense from Darien. Around the side, and the whistle. No whistle is blown. It looks like good defense for Darien, and they will now take possession.
It almost looked like a travel by Jade Marin. Looks like she got a couple steps down, and Darien needing a point to tie this game. Excuse me, a basket.
Darien barely gets it in. And the press is administered for McMahon. Darien outside, this one for 3, no good. Fighting for the rebound, McMahon has it. Driving inside, this one's up, no good.
We've seen Alyssa Aguilar go to the paint all day today, and she's been pretty consistent with her layups.
And Darien will inbound it.
3:16 left to go in the game.
And Julia Erdlin will bring it up along with Julianne White as they look to get some sort of offense. Looks like a blocking foul is called. Or a push, excuse me.
And looks like that foul will be, Julianne White will be going to the line.
That is the 7th team foul for McMahon.
Yeah, both teams having many trips to the free throw line in this game.
And the one-on-one opportunity is no good. Under 3 minutes now remaining in this varsity basketball game here at Darien High School. McMahon trying to figure out their offense here. And McMahon just holding the ball. No shot clock violation here in the FCIAC. Will be changed next year.
Yeah, next year the FCIAC will be reiterating the shot clock. We're just bringing it into the league, and it'll make the teams from not holding the ball in situations where they're up And it looks like Alexa Smith, sophomore, will be going back to the line.
A big free throw here for Alexa Smith.
And McMahon need to solidify their lead.
And the first one here is good.
It's a nice swish.
We were talking about the shot clock for the boys and girls. Definitely a big change. It'll affect both offenses and how they play the fourth quarter, especially.
Yeah, there's no more strategy of holding the ball. They're going to have to do some plays to try to kill time. No more holding the ball in the corner or dribbling it around. I think that's going to have an effect on the coaches and how they do playmaking.
Speaking about coaches, Coach Valenti for Darien will call a timeout. She still has 4 remaining, or 3 remaining now. Darien down 3. We've seen a swing now in this fourth quarter, but we'll be back for the remaining fourth quarter here on the DAF Media Network. We're back here on the DAF Media Network for the remainder of this fourth quarter girls varsity basketball here at the Darien High School. McMahon leading by 3 above the Darien Blue Wave. Liam, 2:11 remaining on this clock. What do you think Darien needs to do to retake their lead?
Well, Darien's going to have to do the 2-minute drill and try to get some quick points and hold the Senators on D. And this is going to be a very important spot for Darien as they really need this win to stay alive.
And both teams still remaining in their huddle. It's the buzzer alarms. Big last 2 minutes for Darien, as you mentioned. Almost a vital or necessary game for Darien to have a chance. And Darien will inbound off of the Coach Valenti timeout.
And McMahon, a very similar team to Darien. Has a bunch of seniors, but a very young team. McMahon having a bunch of sophomores and freshmen. So both these teams are going to need to rebuild.
And the stack formation for Darien is administered. They get it in. Press defense being administered.
And the freshman Gigi Brown's done a great job tonight. He's been on the court for most of this game I've seen.
This one's to Erdlin. She'll drive inside, loses the ball. Darien, though, keeps possession. Inside, this one's to Erdlin. The layup is good, and Darien cuts the deficit to 1.
That's a big point for Erdlin. She's showing her height there in the paint. And we got a 1-point game.
This one's inside of Sanchez. The whistle is blown, but it will be for Darien as they now take possession.
Probably the biggest possession of the game right now. They get a basket here. They're going to go up 40-39. This is a huge spot. Alyssa Valente.
We'll give it to Erdlin. And a foul is called as she drives inside, and she will head to the line for the 2 biggest free throws so far of the night.
Erdlin going to need to drop both of these free throws. And this is probably a very big spot there for the Blue Wave. Trying to tie up and even take the lead.
Erdlin will attempt the first. And this one is no good.
Erdlin went 1 for 2 from free throw line against the Rams back in December.
And we were talking about earlier how important these free throws are at the end of the game, and you're seeing it here.
Yeah, all throughout high school basketball and even college basketball, you see these teams not make shots at the line, and they can always cost them the game.
And Erdlin will make the second, and now we are tied at the Darien High School as a timeout is called from McMahon.
Chris Hernandez using that in timeout. Going to have to tell her team to really bear down on offense. I'm trying to get another point on the board.
Only one timeout left for McMahon. Darien has scrapped their way back in this fourth quarter. Now tying it at 39, and a big possession coming up for McMahon. Liam, what do you think they're going to play up?
I think McMahon's going to have to drive in to the goal. They've really done, or to the net. They've done really well in the paint tonight, and they're going to have to get their bigger people out there like Alicia Aguilar, Jess Sanchez, and Jade Marin. They just got to get a point and bear down on the Darien defense.
Yeah, we've seen the common offense for McMahon to get inside, get one of their big players. Sanchez has been a big key player in this game for McMahon. Get inside and just get a basket.
Yeah, Alicia Aguilar has also been very well in the paint tonight, dropping essential points for the Senators, as well as Alexis Smith, more importantly, from the free throw line. And that'll make earlier in the game that made McMahon had the lead.
And McMahon looks like they have the play drawn up, and for Darien, big defensive possession here.
And after this game, Darien will take on Fairfield Ward on the 26th, and then take a little road trip, playing Bridgeport Central Wilton. And then Danbury coming back to play New Canaan and Greenwich, and playing their final game away in Stamford. So the season closing up, and really shows the importance of this game for Darien.
And press defense and a push called on White.
And I don't know if Darien's going to try fouling, or I don't think that's a good idea with the 1-and-1.
Yeah, that is Darien's 7th, as you mentioned. We will go to the 1-and-1 free throws. We keep mentioning it tonight, but Jade Marin will attempt one here.
And his free throws are very important for Marin. We'll see if she'll drop one or both.
First one is up, and it's good. And
Huge.
McMahon will take the lead.
Huge free throw by Marin. And they'll go up one and make the other. They're going to go up by a basket.
Marin will attempt the second. And that one gets in.
Off the rim. That was a dribbler just in, and that's a huge free throw by Marin. And Marin's played great basketball tonight, especially from mid-range. She's made a lot of very good jump shots and essential free throws just there.
They look for the pick and roll, but McMahon will get the steal. And a foul is called, and McMahon will head back to the line with under a minute to go.
I think that might have been a push on Julia Ryan or Julianne White. Not sure who that was on.
A costly possession there for Darien, a chance to tie it.
And another 1-and-1 for Catherine Jagoda. Another 1-and-1 chance.
And Jagrada will hit the first one.
Yeah, if they hit another, this game is looking like it'll be in the hands of the Senators.
3-point lead currently. Jagrada will attempt the second one. No good. Rebound by Darien. This one is going to be a jump ball.
Darien will have possession on the jump. It's a nice hold by Julia Ryan to maintain possession.
And you wonder, Liam, if they go for a 3 here or a 2.
Well, 3 is important. I mean, 2's not even going to tie it. I think you got to go for the 3 ball. Give it to one of your strong shooters, and Melissa Valente will take the third of her timeout. She'll have 2 remaining.
And that might be what she's doing here on this break, drawing up a play for a 3-pointer. Nonetheless, we'll be back on the DAF Media Network for the remaining minute of varsity girls basketball. We are back on the DAF Media Network for the remaining minute of girls varsity basketball here at the Darien High School. McMahon up by 3 as they have had a great second half, down by 11 at the end of the first. Now climb back, up by 3. But Darien with possession. Liam, we think they're going for a 3 here.
Oh, definitely. Alyssa Valente's drawing up a play. Try to get one of their 3 shooters, probably Mackenzie Nolan or Julianne White. Try to just get open and make the 3 ball. If they don't make it, then it'll probably be costly, but this is a risk that Valente has to take if they want to stay alive. And both teams with 18 fouls.
And here comes Darien. And here's the 3, a chance, no good. Darien does get it back. This one's for 2, I think, and it's good.
Mackenzie Nolan, the 3-point shooter this game, and she makes, it looks like that'll be a 2. Foot was on the line. And
big shot for Darien. Not the 3 that they were looking for, but
still a huge shot with 23 seconds left.
See a replay here just in front of the 3-point line as she knocks it down.
That was a nice shot by Nolan on the rebound. And Jade Marin will be going to the free throw line.
We saw Marin knock down 2 earlier. And the first one is good.
And McMahon's been really strong at the free throw line this game. And racking up a lot of points from the line.
And the second free throw is the big one. And that one is also good.
And Darien back to where they started, needing a 3 in order to tie with 20 seconds left.
And McMahon will play a tight defense from the line. And a traveling violation is called against Darien.
And that looks like maybe it might be it, but still 14 seconds left. If Darien could get a very crucial steal, then they might be able to shoot the 3, but they will be close.
They do have to get it in here. Ball is up, and it's going to go out of bounds. Oh, no, it is saved.
Big save by Dragoda. And looks like that'll be Darien will take their second last timeout. They'll have one more remaining. This is a very big timeout for Valente. And she'll take the minute timeout.
So Darien still down by 3, needing a 3-pointer to tie this game up. We're going to take one last quick break on the DAF Media Network. We are back once again on the DAF Media Network, coming into the last remaining moments of this game at Darien High School. 13 seconds remaining.
I just want to go give a quick nice shout out to Andrew Lee, doing really nice shots on the handheld cam, really getting in there on the Darien timeout huddle.
And it will be inbounded for McMahon. And they'll get it in. And that is a backcourt violation. They get the stop that they needed.
Yeah, maybe a little controversy. Chris Hernandez, I don't think likes that call.
I think she had possession on the left side and then picked it up and put her other step.
Backcourt violation, that's huge. And Darien's got a chance to inbound it, in need of a great inbound play. I don't know, this is really close, Cam.
Darien obviously still needs a 3-pointer here. Let's see if they could get it.
And the stack will go to Darien.
Inbounded. Nolan. She's going to look. And a traveling violation. That's the second in these last remaining moments.
And that hurts for Darien to travel and when in need of a 3. With 5 seconds left.
And bearing a miracle, it looks like this one might be over, but they still need to get the ball in. They do. And the foul is called with 3.7 remaining. Darien still has 2 timeouts.
And McMahon will be going to the free throw line for the 1-and-1.
So you would think Darien needs a missed free throw, a rebound, and a timeout.
That is exactly what they need to do, all in 3 seconds.
Anything else, and McMahon will most likely take this game. And a made free throw ices this one. And the first one is no good.
And the Senators looked, or I was going to say, Darien looked really good this first and second quarters, but looks like the tables have turned, and McMahon's really shined out, making a lot of points. And
the second free throw is no good, but they can't get the rebound. And the whistle is blown. Darien fouls again, but now only 0.6 remaining on the clock.
Yeah, less than a second. And looks like the Senators will probably take victory in this game. And it would take a miracle for Darien to hit a 3.
McMahon has been shooting well from the free throw line all night. 2 missed ones there, but they were able to get the rebound. Gets sent back to the line.
Okay, Davidable will check in here. Checking in for freshman Gigi Brown.
And the first one is no good for McMahon.
Yeah, just Sanchez getting iced here.
So with a miss, a rebound, a timeout, there might be a little bit of time left on the clock. Second one is no good.
And yeah, time will expire, but gotta say both teams played really well in this game. I mean, Darien playing a little better than the Senators in the first and second quarters, and then the Senators playing well in the third and fourth. Both teams playing really great defense, having a lot of steals on both sides of the court. And Cam, what do you think about this game?
Yeah, we saw that first half. Darien really get off to a great start, an 11-point lead heading into the second half. I think me and you both thought that Darien had the momentum, but McMahon fighting back in this second half. And now coming up with the final score. It says 0-0 there. McMahon was able to win 44-41. I'm pretty sure if I recall.
Yeah, that was the score, Cam.
And Liam, we saw some great offense in the second half. Do you think that was mostly due to halftime conversations between the coaches of McMahon and their players?
Yeah, I would say definitely head coach of Darien, Alyssa Valente, tried to come up with some plays in the end of the game, but did not prevail. And head coach Chris Hernandez for Brien McMahon showed a really great grit in trying to make the free throws. And I think the free throws were one of the most important factors that led McMahon to victory.
Definitely. McMahon shooting very well from the line. As for Darien, a very tough loss this game, especially leading at halftime. What do you think they'll do after this one, heading into Fairfield Ward?
Well, I think Darien's got to really just keep the offense rolling. I mean, I would say Fairfield Ward is going to be a tough opponent. It's going to be a tough game, but I think Darien can take it to victory if they just really prevail on offense and really keep grinding on the defense.
And I want to give one more shout out to this DAF Media crew here today. Will Donnelly, Rose McCarthy, Eric Bellingham, Andrew Lee, and Andrew Mazzaloni. Alongside me today, Liam Tomaszewski, your first broadcast on announcer, doing a very great job. I've been Cam McGraw. Liam, any final words?
Well, it's actually my second broadcast going on live. I did the girls' hockey game last week, but it was great to be here with you, Cam.
Well, thank you so much, and that will be it here from the Darien High School on DAF Media. Thank you for watching.